when I seen it, I took it. And they pretty much, they gave it to me, and I had to just finish it.
A lot of the offensive linemen talked about how you just seemingly ran with a lot more power, talking about running through arm tackles like there weren't even there. Just has that been a key emphasis for you to? I know the coaches talk about finishing runs a lot, but just to run through that.
I mean, definitely. I mean, I felt from last year, I had a good start. I had my ups and downs, but I think after the season, man, I heard a lot of, being more consistent, finishing, and I think with the new staff, that's kind of what they came in from kind of hearing and dissecting film that, as long as I be able to finish, break tackles, man, I think a lot of good things will happen because I mean, up front they're getting me started, and that's really all you can ask for from a tailback.
How key is that, knowing that you have a young quarterback, young receivers, that they can rely on you in that offensive line?
I mean, I feel that's big, man. It feels great to know that you can take some of that pressure off him, leaving his mind clear to kind of think through his progressions and know that when stuff hit the fan, man, he can turn around and hand it off, and the O-line and myself can help get him out of that hole and kind of just build a little comfort around him.
Was there any other big plays that the ground game made today besides that long away?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was another coming out. Actually, it was before mine that I think sparked it all. Man, they had a 13-play drive, all runs, and you had runs from Alden Hill, Tom Smith, and Justin Pickett. And I mean, it was kind of unreal to see because literally every 3 plays, those guys were breaking. And I want to say Alden got them from the -2 to about the 15. And I want to say Tom came in and broke his first play for about 20 or 30. Then he had another great cut. Alden came in and finished it. I mean, it was crazy. Like, the coach was just calling. He was like, "You keep running it, keep running it." And it was a 13-play drive, 98 yards, all runs.
And they kept the chains moving?
They kept them moving, all in between the tackles. It was crazy. Like, that right there was fun, and I think that's what sent the whole scrimmage to a different level.
So I was going to say, was that the ones against ones? Or
That was our twos versus twos.
Twos versus twos?
And I mean, they was coming downhill with it. And I think that's what turned it around, because it was crazy. Like, I don't think nobody realized that not once did the quarterback drop back. He handed it off the whole time and drove 98.
So did you feel like this really was, like, the running backs, the ground game, that was the key to the scrimmage, that you guys really developed that?
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of talk is, definitely with the receivers, but I think a lot of people still wonder, do we have a dominant run game to compete in this league? Because I actually heard from an older guy, somebody said in this league, you got to have great running backs and great defensive linemen. And I think that's something that kind of stuck out to me a little bit. And those guys take what we talk about in the meeting room, team room, unit, with our peers. We take that to heart, man. And it was fun coming out here, gaining the yards and having the success we had running the ball.
When you say older guys, like a guy that's already graduated? Or
no? Yeah, guys that might have graduated, man. Just some of the alum that come back and speak to us. And I mean, even some of the coaches that have played, man, they said, man, those are the things that you need. Great running backs, defensive linemen. Like Coach Jones said, our defense will probably be made up solely based on what Big Dan does in the middle of that.
I'm sorry. So, has it been talked about at all that with all the young receivers, young quarterbacks, that you can, teams are going to really stack the box against you guys, and is that going to make it tough to run, you think?
I honestly think if they do, but I can truly say, full-heartedly, man, we got a surprise for them. Because those receivers, they are not backing down, and those guys are getting better every day. As much as they get yelled at and a lot of criticism that they take, they come in with it every day, and it's kind of fun to see.
So you got every hope that they'll have the tools to open up the defense a little bit for you for the running game.
I'm actually kind of hoping that they go ahead and stack the box, because that's going to be something that's going to benefit the receiver. Those are one-on-one coverages. And if you keep trying to take one away, pick your poison. We'll tear you up through the air.
Several of the defenders said you ran really well today. What was your best run? What was going for you?
The best run I probably say was inside zone. That's the one that we really focus on as far as getting down here, because most of the situations are either third and short, third and long, or coming out. So we know we had to get downhill fast.
We had one long one, was that right?
Yes, sir.
How long was that?
About 98.
Wow.
Yes, sir. It was coming out, man. The O-line gave me a great start, great push up front, leaving me with one block and one cut to make. And once I seen it, I took it.
Rajion, just how did those guys perform overall there up front, offensive line? We have high expectations for it, and what's it looking like on the field?
I mean, it's exactly what it's portrayed to be, man. I think everybody should have high expectations, man. Those guys been with each other for 4 years, and I mean they get some things up there rolling, man, pushing, man. It's exciting. I want to say just this week, man, we started kind of like going in with the offensive linemen, kind of seeing what their mindset is and where their fits are, and what they want to kind of see and expect from us. You see some of the minor details as far as like a double and a single, and how the boxes are stacked, and how those guys are getting folks out of there, man. It's exciting. It's crazy.
Then you go in the meeting and film room with them to break it down like they do every day.
Yeah, because I think as a running back, man, you kind of go in and look at the cuts that you missed, the holes, your reads. But once you go in there and actually hear exactly what they're seeing, what they're trying to reach up to, how they're pulling and snatching and double teaming, it's crazy. A lot of times, man, a running back can miss a cut and be like, oh, man, there wasn't nothing there. You go in there and get inside that offensive lineman head and that view, man, you'll see they don't blew something up and they gave you a small crease. Thing is, we just missed it.
Rajion, you had a 98-yarder apparently.
Yes.
Kind of what happened? Take me through that play.
Just a normal inside zone play, straight downhill. My O-line gave me a great push, had a lot of squeeze from the D-line, and they left me with one cut, one block to make. And I took it when I seen it.
Did you have
Was this against the ones?
Yes, sir.
Did you have one safety to get by, or was it just open lane and you hit it?
Oh no, I had a safety. It was everybody pretty much squeezed, and that it was I want to say my tackle, and I want to say maybe an end. He squeezed, Tiny pushed him out, and I just hit it. I had a safety he had a crazy angle. I almost didn't think I was gonna make it. But all I said was, I cannot get caught.
Offensively,
is this run game going to be different this year?
I think we have a better understanding for our O-line. I think we have a better appreciation and a better view and aspect of trying to make those guys right than always us depending on them to be perfect. Because it'd be a lot of things that they do well that we should just kind of play off of versus what we expect to see happen. And I think one thing that they have taught us is, almost knowing where the read is, what they're looking at to trigger off. We can be counting on a double team, but based off how the box is, it may turn into a single. And I think with us knowing that kind of affects our runs and our reads and puts our eyes where it needs to be.
Offensively, where did you guys leave the practice with this morning? Do you feel like you made some mistakes during that situational work this morning?
This morning was more of a special team type deal, but it was definitely some situational things, and it was fun. But I definitely, you definitely see why they call it practice, because a lot of things happen that you kind of don't expect, man, and you're glad it happened now than later.
How much difference do you notice in Marlon now versus maybe the spring before?
I mean, Marlon's hungry, man. He had ball taken away from him, man, and they truly say, man, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I think he truly realized that, like, in a matter of a second, the ball could have been over for him, man. So you can tell he come out here with a different mindset, man. He's excited to be here. He's working. Man, he's honestly happy to be around the guys. And I think, man, that's really what it's all about, man. Our coach tells us all the time, don't play for the staff, man. Play for each other. And, those are the guys that go through the workouts, running, training, these two-a-days. But, man, once you know what that other guy sacrificed for you, you can't help but lay it on the line for him.
Coach Jones said you ran with a purpose today. Obviously, you had the 98-yard touchdown run. But do you feel like this was a better day than you had during most of camp, or just?
I feel like it, definitely, because Coach put some fire up on us. He told us today we're going to find out who everybody is. And I knew today, if I ain't come on with it, I was going to be on scout team next week. So, yeah, he gave us all a little fire. Nobody wanted to be on scout team.
Wrap it up. Running backs go outfield and kind of have some leadership of this offense because of all the experience in passing.
I mean, definitely, man. We got a great coach and a great O-line coach, man, that really, man, tries to put, confidence, man, and some fire behind us, man. One thing that we haven't heard lately is that we are a reflection of our coach. And our coaches truly, man, want to see us do great. Because when we do it, they feel like, they out there balling. So I think that's what the difference maker is in us going out here trying to roll and, get it done.
How'd your